Hey guys, so I just got a comment from Steve Olson regarding the video I did a few weeks ago on the Jeff P video debunked when he had the lens flare attachment on there, and then the sun sort of dipped. Whoever following me, which isn't that many people. I'm not doing this to get subscribers. I'm just doing this to set records straight and seek out the truth. So this is what Jeff said. He said, I actually watched this interview with these guys the other day. He said, so I interviewed Jeff, and I get trolled quite often on the subject matter. He mentioned this video on my show specifically as a mistake he made. I am more interested in your take on the webcam footage from Europe showing the big multicolored cloud. What did you think of that? Now here's the test to see if you're a true troll. If you answer me directly as I answered you, you're not a troll. If you ignore me, you are not serious about debunking. You're just nitpicking, calling it debunking. So, Steve and Jeff, if you see this, I am not a troll. I am a normal guy in my apartment in Plano, Texas, who has picked up this Nibiru finding as a hobby. So I'm going to show you my research, what I found. Here we go. So Jeff did this video, whatever this place is, Perfont, blah, 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 on January 28th at around 8:30 in the morning. Very interesting. I mean, it looks, you know, like some sort of anomaly. You've got a round object there. You've got, you know, pink cloud coming out, whatever the hell it is. So Jeff was automatically, you know, saying it's not a lens flare. He was definitive about that, and unfortunately, he was wrong again. You know, I'm not trying to make anybody look like an idiot. Like I said, there's too many people out there who are, you know, putting out false information, and you know, hundreds if not thousands of people are visiting our pages, and they don't want to get the wrong idea. They don't want false information. I'm not trying to debunk anyone or make anyone look stupid. I just take what I can find and I form my own opinion, and if something is amiss, then I'm going to point it out, and something is amiss here. So I digress. So let me just get into this. So at 8:30, you've got this thing in the sky. What he didn't really do is, as you go forward to 8:50 and then 9 o'clock, you can see it there, and it's sort of gone on its side. And then at 9:10, even more so. And then 9:20, it sort of disappears. So that's the path it takes in about, you know, an hour or whatever. So so what I did, I went, I actually caught this before I even saw Jeff's video, but then I sort of put two and two together. So this is the Addicted to Sports webcam from the exact same date, the exact same time. I'll show you right there, January 28th, 8 o'clock, around 8:40 or so. And although it does look different, you know, I'll show you the difference here. There is definitely a difference, but to me, in my opinion, it's the same thing. It's just being illuminated differently from the sun, and they're obviously different webcams in different parts of the world. But you've still got this same sort of, you know, shapes going on, and lights and colors and what have you. I'll enlarge this a little bit so you guys can see what I'm saying. So you've still got the blue tint, the pink. The only difference is you've got this sort of pink hue at the bottom instead of the whatever that sort of a round, bright sun-looking object at the bottom. But in my opinion, it's the exact same thing. I mean, if it's at the same time, you've got to use, you know, deductive reasoning here. It's in common sense. To me, it's the exact same thing we're seeing in Jeff's video. Same time, same day, everything. And as you go forward, this thing also starts to turn on its side. And not only that, but it goes completely in front of this mountain here on the left. So if you can see that. So that proves right there, this is no part of Nibiru. It's not even any sort of star or sun or planetary object. This is just some sort of light refraction, you know, not using the word lens flare anymore, as Steve, said we shouldn't use that anymore. So I'll follow suit, buddy. I'm not going to use the word lens flare anymore. But this, like I said, I'm not any sort of expert photographer, let alone astronomer. But I do know that can't be any sort of solid object if it's going in front of the mountain. So I'll enlarge it for you so you guys can see a little bit clearer. So that's it right there. Don't know what it is, not going to speculate. I have no idea. I have no clue what that could be or where it's coming from other than the actual webcam itself. So I'll back up one more time just to show you guys. Then I'll show you Jeff's one more time. So that's that, people. Like I said, I'm not trying to make anyone here look like an idiot. I'll refrain from using the word debunk from now on because, Jeff, Steve, and I are all in this together. I just started doing this. I'm putting my balls on the line here, making these videos, putting them on YouTube, but trust me, if I'm on a government hit list, I've been on it for years, so I'm not really worried about there. If we're all going to die from this thing in the next few months, as Broussard and all these other guys are saying in March and blah blah blah, then I'm not really worried about it. If I get whacked out by the FBI or someone, or some spook shadow government hitman, then at least I was trying to inform people and get them prepared mentally and spiritually and all that good stuff. So that's all I got for you. Steve, you can see I'm not a troll. Even if you look at my video I put out the other day from the webcam to Mexico, in Veracruz, that's me, trying to, I'll show you guys here real quick. So, I put out a video in Veracruz showing some very interesting stuff going on. Some of you may have seen it, some of you may haven't. If you're interested, go to my page and check it out, and feel free to subscribe. That's all I got. All right. Peace to you, Steve. Peace to you, Jeff. Let's keep the truth coming, guys. Take care.